What's something that's not a cult, but feels like a cult? Salesforce. No, I don't want to build a community, go hiking or join 100 online classes to learn the basics. Make a couple of well-explained, to the point training videos FFS. Essential oils. We get it, you're a single mom and you want to work from home, but damn, you guys sure drank the Kool-Aid. Beachbody, especially the coaches. The Herbalife organization. They were charged with being a pyramid scheme, but they still operate in a similar way. There are several people I grew up with who became hooked on it, and they definitely act like they're in a cult. Some workplaces. The ones that push the "we're all family here" attitude, especially MLMs, but especially Mary Kay. I went to a convention once as the guest of a consultant because she was trying to get me to join. It was very Stepford also. She didn't tell me you were expected to dress up, so I showed up in jeans and a hoodie. Nutriboom. I just went through at least 2 top replies and shocked Burning Man isn't listed. Yalbaners are ducking weird. Source. I was one who has critical thoughts about how things work, yet have found ideas are only cool if you're popular. I have lived in Pennsylvania my entire life, and it would be hard to convince me that Penn State is not a cult. If you listen to people who have graduated Penn State, you'd know. No other college is as good as Penn State. No other college has sports like Penn State. No other colleges teach subjects like Penn State. No other college has a building like Penn State. No other college allows their students to use the library like Penn State. No other college lets their students use the bathrooms like Penn State. No other college has a roof that stops rain like Penn State. No other college allows students to walk down the sidewalk like Penn State. If any other college has anything, you bet your ass Penn State has it at least twice as good. I hate college pride, and Penn State gets the most of it in my area. Reddit. I'm getting all these comments further confirming the existence of the cult of the lion. Call me Kevin's subscribers. It's not a cult, I promise. The Holy Church of CrossFit. Curly girl method groups. Forced school songs that talk about being a part of the school forever. AA. I'm an AA. I like AA. It saved my life. But it is cultish a lot of the time. Working at Amazon. Hell, just interviewing with Amazon feels like an initiation with all the leadership principles and whatnot. CrossFit. Eating disorders and any pro-eating disorder sites. Those who have an eating disorder often view their disorder as their best friend, giving them names like Anna and Maya. And then there are those sites to make it worse. They treat eating disorders like they are sacred and often post rules in a cultish way. One site I used to visit in my dark days even had the 10 commandments of Anna. Now, if that doesn't sound cultish, IDK, what does? Don't even make me start about the weightless coaches on their Reddit. I'm glad to read the stories of everyone here who overcame their eating disorder. I'm proud of you. It's a hard journey at any point. I hope that many more people will recover from that disorder. That's why I'm glad that people are here to spread awareness. Thank you. Working for a non-profit. They tend to refer to employees as a family working for a cause, which won't be culty on its own, but they definitely use it to manipulate employees to work themselves half to death. Set a culture where boundaries are thought of as not being invested in the mission. They also use your passion for the mission to justify working you harder, paying you less. Don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my job and what I get to do, but I'm old enough to see what's been done to me over the years. The rotating door of young employees who are worked to burn out and replaced, though, I feel bad for. It's a hard lesson to learn. Edit. Wow. Thank you all for the genuinely kind comments. Feedback, commiseration. I had no idea this comment would resonate with so many people. I truly appreciate that you took the time to share your stories with me. Peloton. Time to sort by controversial. Texas A&M University. Edit. My first gold and platinum, thank you all so much. Also, I'm an Aggie myself. The Order of the Arrow and the Boy Scouts. Technically an approved organization, but it's cultish as hell. It's funny because they make you do this big induction camp out, and the day after I got back from mine, My English teacher gave a lecture on how to identify a cult, and it hit a lot of red flags. Edit. Good lord. Apparently nothing gets people talking, like reminiscing about being in a cult. I thought someone was calling me because I was getting so many messages. People who own Thermomix machines spend that much on an over elaborate food processor, and I guess you need to double down, but man, they just won't shut the duck up about how it changed their life. Oh, cooking is so different for me now. Oh, it's just so convenient. Having said that, I did once go to a Thermomix party where they try to mind wash you into they're not a cult. Because the lady that invited me was recently divorced and pretty hot, and I figured why not give it a shot. I never particularly liked her ex-husband, so could have been a multi-bird stone throw. I barely made it out alive without my wallet being light and a couple of grand, man. The sales pressure was intense. Are mechanical keyboards. Some fandoms, especially K-pop fandoms. Disney. If you've ever known anyone who has worked at Disneyland, they will talk your ear off about how it's the happiest place on earth and how lucky they are to work there. Well, pre-pandemic. Some families. If you're inside the family, you are accepted no matter what, and you don't question anything. If you're outside the family, you are treated politely, but don't really matter much unless you act as part of the family. If you were part of the family, but betray them, you are excommunicated, and they spread lies about you. Multi-level marketing. Marching band. If you know, you know. High school clubs, where you spend a lot of time together. Marching band and theater are the ones that come to mind for me. Us and us. Football club fans. Especially the organized group of supporters. I didn't find any specific word in English, but I meant clacks. Torcidus organizadus. etc. Edit. I found that they're called ultras in English. Edit too. In referring to the game played with the feet. Edit 3 typo. Any fandom, if you go deep enough, kinda feels like a cult. These past few months I have gotten super into HoloLive. And well, all hail Coron. Edit. Okay, wow. This comment below up. Thank you kind strangers for the awards and all the likes. I honestly didn't think my first comment to get so many likes on this subreddit would be about HoloLive, but I wouldn't have it any other way in hindsight. To answer one question I have gotten a bunch. The way most people fall down the rabbit hole of HoloLive is that they watched one English sub-gaming video or music cover from someone in the group, and from there they kind of just fall down the rabbit hole of clicking related videos over and over again. Then because you watched so many videos, your recommendations become nothing but HoloLive, and before you know it, you are subscribed to a Japanese doggo, waking up at odd hours to watch a 2-hour stream, usually in a language you can't even fully understand. But you do it because you want to support them in any way you can. For me, the video that sent me down the rabbit hole was this one of Coron playing Cooking Simulator. I just wanted to see more of this hilarious doggo. And even now, when I follow MovTubers, she is still my favorite. Back in my university years I was in a student organization named AIESEC, which offered students international apprenticeships. For me it totally felt like a cult. Sororities. HOAs. Mega churches. The ones that air on TV with a crowd that rivals sports teams, owns sports arenas, and has its pastors fly in private jets. There, I said it. A few years ago, my sister introduced me to a new church. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, once I came inside, I realized it was weird the moment I came in. First, they asked for my email address near the entrance, which would have been weird on its own. But after a few minutes of preaching, weirdness ensued. There were a lot of people praying loudly, hollering how great Jesus. Some people were praying on the bare floor. I don't even know how to describe this. Even my sister joined in. Once it was over, I drove home, feeling a bit creeped out. I only went there once, and am not planning on coming back again anytime soon. I don't know about other churches, but this one was, in a word, bizarre. Edit. Typus. Flat Earth Society. Their inability to understand that the earth is not flat baffles me to oblivion. Diet culture. Keto. Paleo. Dash. The hardcore deaf community. I'm talking the kind who insist that being deaf isn't a disability, intentionally seclude themselves from the hearing world, and protest against cochlear implants. Anyone remember Tumblr before it got sold and they banned the porn? That acid was scary. Dashkin. This Apocalypse. Always RBLOG. The McGrummy. Dan and Phil. Super Hellock in general. The Homestuck vs Atelier Wars. Sending death threats to people who shipped your NOTP. The girl who made jewelry out of grava-robbed bones. I could go on. Reddit sometimes. The JoJo fandom. Improv. Farmville. Elon Musk's fan followers. Politics, lately. War. The Dream SMP fanbase. Jehovah's Witnesses just admit it's a cult. Former JW edit. Thanks for the award. Also the fact that they call people who don't participate worldly and can't call them friends. And they literally shun people. My mom told the elders I had S-time because she went through my phone, so they reduced my privileges like participating in Bible study, which was a huge thing and people noticed. I was 15. The adults told their kids not to speak to me. I left a month after. They also shunned my gay uncle and sympathized child molesters. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, but the first rule is we don't talk about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The Kardashian followers. Blue Mr. Cult. Anti-vaxxers, and I guess a lot of the new age stuff closely resembles or has all what it takes to fall under the category of a cult. Definition: Eckhart Tolle, Sadhguru and Deepak Chopra crappies could be considered cult-like. And of course Osho. Moms that hang out exclusively with other moms walking their toddlers, sitting around the playground, talking about baby-related stuff. Keto.